When I tell you, it was like I was in Disneyland at H&M. I was like, oh my gosh, this little pink puffer jacket that I just paid $400 for, they got it for $12.99.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, let's start the show. This is, talk about a great
When
topic.
I tell you the stuff they got.
Chris, she got to go to bed.
3, 2, 1.
I love sending Kym pictures because she gets irritated. Whatever irritates Kym, I like to do.
Funny mamas.
So
Two funny mamas. What's with the grit?
Hi, how y'all doing? And welcome to Two Funny Mamas. I'm Kym Whitley.
And I am Sherri Shepherd.
And I'm Stacy.
You're not even on. That's our friend Stacy in the background talking about, and I'm Stacy. Hey, y'all, thank you for listening. No, you weren't. Have you ever been? How y'all doing? Welcome to Two Funny Mamas.
We had Stacy on.
That's what I'm saying. Have you ever been on?
No, never.
Stacy, you've been on the phone when we called.
Oh, yeah.
You've never been on with Andre?
You want to smooth your hair out at the top before you get on camera? Looking crazy. Well, I love that you had some fans at the Sherri show today, and they were like, keep your podcast just as crazy and unorganized as you can.
Wait, hold on.
Okay.
Let me tell you, our Two Funny Mamas fans, I have to say, thank you guys so much for like being patient with us and loving us. So I was scrolling through the Two Funny Mamas Gmail account, and I don't have a lot of time to do it because we're so busy. And I just happened to get this email from a woman named Shalomi, and she was very heartfelt. She's in remission for issues she's had with her body for 9 years. And she said, you guys, I've been listening to you from the beginning. I live in the UK, and your podcast has got me through some really dark times. And she said, my sister and my cousin are coming to visit California, and New York, and I want to come see your show. So I was like, okay, we'll get you guys tickets. And she said, they want to come. And I said, well, I'll get the whole family tickets. So can I tell you, all they came for was to see the show. And they came from the UK with their English accents, and they were born in the UK. And I brought them into my dressing room, and they were telling me, all they were talking about was Kym Whitley. And the lady was like, because I work in radio, and it's so unstructured, and that's what we love. I don't know how I sound. I can't do it. But she was like, she said, at first, when I first started listening to it, it's my Invisalign. She said, we thought it should be structured. And she said, but Kym Whitley, that's what we need. And I said, so you like her eating all that damn chicken? And she said, yes. And then her cousin was like, yes, we love it. We love Kym Whitley. And when she puts her feet in the camera and shows her toes, that's what women want. I'm like, no, they don't. No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
They went on and on about you, Kym. They were sitting in my dressing room.
And she calls me from... I'm on the show in a fitting, and I'm like, why is Sherri FaceTiming me? And all these people are in her dressing room. She was like, I only have one show.
You know why I called you? Because I knew I would have brownie points. They loved you so much. I was like, let me show them that I really know Kym Whitley. Because they talking to me like I don't even know you. It was, and so as soon as I said, so this is what I did. I was like, well, let me see if, let me just FaceTime Kym. And they were like, really? You want to FaceTime Kym now? And I was like, yeah, let me see if Kym here. And then that damn girl's phone just rang, and I was like, I really do know her. Hold on. So I texted you. You gotta call me back. You gotta call me back like right now.
Right. And I was like,
and you called back, and they talked to you, and the girl was trying to tell you how you got her through stuff, and the cousin was trying to tell her how you got her through. Kym, when I tell you, they loved the show. She listened to the show in the hospital. Huh?
Oh.
How old were they?
Hold on. Let me introduce you you just talking and people.
Yeah, we keep hearing the voice of God off to the side.
I can't, but Chris got it. Does that look like that's it?
Oh,
the screen is.
You know what you look like, Stacy? You look like that girl on that movie, The Ring. All we can see is black hair.
I was told there'd be a formal intro.
Right. I was trying, but you keep talking. Yes, Joshua.
Okay, they both blurry.
Okay, go ahead. And I want to see the plate down, and you're gonna be on punishment for the rest of your life.
Okay, Kym,
Long time, Kym.
you cannot do that, Kym.
Why? I can't tell him he's gonna be on punishment.
No, you can't because
the
kids
rest of
know
his
it's not
life.
true. You cannot,
Oh.
you cannot threaten a child with something that they don't think you're going to act on. And when you
Chris.
say to Joshua, you're gonna be a punishment for the rest of your life, or you're not gonna get no Christmas gifts, or I'm taking Christmas away. He looking at you like, how you gonna take Christmas away? It was never yours to give me. But okay, you can't tell him he's gonna be on punishment for the rest of his life, Kym. That's
Kym.
the only time I'll tell you
That's
that's
what I
bad.
feel about you. Goodbye.
Maybe get a tissue, Kym.
Oh, you think it's grease on it?
Well, you've thumbed it 7 or 8 times.
You want
now.
me to thumb you?
I've been asking for a while.
And this is what the people from the UK like. Kym,
Why are you pointing to the background? Chris, shrink it back up. Stacy's judging her background. Shrink
I
it.
What
was
if-
saying, look at all that stuff.
Okay, don't bring attention to it. Chris, put us back up, please.
oh jeez. This is the professional podcast. Welcome to Two Funny Mamas and the other
Now
girl
look at
who's
it.
free.
She's in the guest room. You know she just moved to New York.
Pull your camera down.
In the guest room.
They'll see the floor.
I can't help it that Stacy is 2 foot tall.
Get her a pillow to sit on.
No,
She in a little chair.
you taller than me. It's
Okay,
your
well,
camera.
Welcome to Two Funny Mamas. You
Well,
look
it's too-
good,
we 8
Sherri.
minutes too late with the intro. Let me finish with the UK. They
yeah.
said this is the second time somebody from the UK has come to my show, and they said we love you in the UK. Everybody watches. They listen to Two Funny Mamas. They watch me on YouTube, and they said you would do so well, you and Kym, doing comedy in the UK. We gotta go there, Kym.
Okay, are we gonna go? We're gonna take the show there.
I would love to go for like 4 or 5 days. And she said, don't go to London. She said, go to UK, Birmingham, Manchester, all of those places.
Oh, okay, but we need to know somebody there.
We can find people. That's not gonna be a problem. Gina Yashere is from
Oh,
there.
Gina.
Gina, yeah.
It's taking
Oh,
you
yeah.
taking
I
you
wanna go.
3 years to book St. Louis, Missouri. Don't act like you're gonna get a passport. Those fish and chips ain't happening. That's not a thing.
Stop being a pessimist.
Cut to 5 years later, we finally made it.
I would love to go to of course, and we going to St. Louis. I sure would love to go to the UK. Where's my necklace? I would love to go to the UK and do stand-up.
Oh yeah, I remember.
It's different there.
First time I
I
did
know, but they
stand-up
said they would
there,
get our stuff. They love watching us.
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh,
she said they
they-
know us from our movies. She said people know you and Kym. It could be an eat, pray, love type of situation.
Oh,
That would be fun.
yeah.
Yeah, that's how you get
I
them.
like
Yeah.
Have you seen
That's how I got to
From
get Kym.
Oh.
Stacy.
that. Yeah. I'll be honest with you, I haven't had time to watch television. So
Have you seen From Scratch, Sherri? It's so beautiful.
we talked about it.
Yeah.
That's because you like
I work
Italian.
with From Scratch is based on Timby Locke, the actress. Her sister, I believe, is based on her book. And Timby Locke was an actress back in the day. And when she was in college, she went to Italy. And she met a man, an Italian man who was a chef. Timby Locke is Black. She met a chef and they fell in love. And they moved to the States. They had a baby. He was a chef out here. I actually worked with Timby Locke. And that's when I met her husband, when they had just had their baby. And,
Are they still together?
huh?
Are they still together?
He died.
Oh, that's too bad.
Great question, Kym. Great question. Way to bring down the story. So
Oh.
anyway,
Sorry.
no, I'm just kidding with you. He was a chef out here. They had a little girl, and Timmy, because when he got sick, she wasn't acting anymore. She was taking care of her husband, but she wrote this love letter, basically to him and to Italy about her time in Italy. And Zoe Saldana picked up the rights to her book and produced from scratch. And Zoe Saldana plays the Timby Locke character. So it's a wonderful, wonderful book. Because I wanted her on The View when she wrote it. And because she had disappeared from acting. I didn't know she was taking care of her husband before he passed away, transition. But I've not seen it's on Netflix, right, Stacy?
Yes, and it is so wonderful.
Everybody's been telling me about it, so I'm going to watch it. But that's the story of From Scratch. It's based on Timby Locke makes all this Italian food. If you follow her, she will give you Italian phrases. She will tell you if you're going to visit Italy, where to go, what to do. You know, like you got to go to a cafe and you have to order this. And she makes you fall in love with Italy. But we haven't got to the UK yet, so we can't go to Italy.
Right.
Italy is wonderful.
We will. We can make a stop in Italy.
You should.
Kym, when she goes out of the country, she gets lost places.
I do.
But I want to go do stand-up in the UK, and we could just make it a girls' trip.
That would be fun.
I'm going.
So Shalomi, thank you so much for coming to the Sherri Show. Thank you for bringing your family and for hanging out with me in my dressing room. Now, there was one point Shalomi was in there, and I was like, now they could all be killers.
They could be. I told them to steal some out your dressing room.
Hilarious.
Is that what you told them? Because they were laughing. I couldn't hear you when you were talking.
Yeah.
I didn't invite somebody out of them. I said, I done just met y'all on Gmail. I can't call in sick to this show. So if y'all's killers, tell me now. And they said they weren't killers. And I was like, okay, then you want something to drink?
She did. Oh, I have a question. Did you get your purse in the mail yet?
No, I have not gotten a purse. I know we were supposed to promote this Black business. I haven't got it.
Yeah.
Not
I got
yet.
mine. Yours is probably at the studio.
No, I took everything home from we went through everything today. I haven't gotten it yet. So you can promote it now. You can give me a couple days.
Oh wait, I'll give you a couple days.
Okay, and then we can do it. Kym is exhausted. This is a girl who, first of all, she don't know how to say no. So she says yes to everything. And she's working on a show with Tisha Campbell and Yvette Nicole Brown called Act Your Age. Hopefully it will be coming out maybe next year.
Kym.
There was silence for Kym to answer.
It's not that part. I keep getting sharp pains right here in my chest. Like, but it's weird. It's just some like little on the side. But then I was thinking maybe I need to drink the pine needle tea that you're supposed to drink if you got the COVID shot. So it's a lot of things going. See, like I just got it right now. I just got a sharp. That's a weird sharp pain, but that ain't no heart attack, is it?
Is your arm numb?
No.
You should be okay.
Okay, I feel sharp.
Does she need to take an aspirin?
You should take an aspirin.
You should take an aspirin. You've been under a lot of stress, and I'm worried about you. Do you have an aspirin around?
I do.
Okay.
You think an aspirin would do it?
No, Advil is not aspirin. You need ibuprofen, I think.
No, you don't take no ibuprofen. You take a baby aspirin.
Oh, that's for cramps. Okay. Well, that's what happened when I don't know about no doctor stuff. I just know you're supposed to take an aspirin. Can you go take one, please? Can you let Stacy take over you while you go take an aspirin? Okay. And tell Joshua you're going to give him Christmas back and you're going to give him his life back?
Oh.
Stacy, sit in the chair.
Here. Put that on. Clip that on.
Okay. What do you got, a microphone?
Did you get a chance to look at that stuff that my mom gave you? I think it was a mug or something that my sister made.
That's what y'all gonna talk about?
No, I forgot to ask. I'll ask you. I'll text you.
So this is Stacey Mcclain, y'all. Stacey Mcclain is a comedian, writer, director, producer extraordinaire. And we've all known each other for over 25 years.
Oh,
and I met Stacy. Like Stacy directed a one-man show I produced for comedian Scruncho that was so wonderful. And you're right. Are you still writing your book?
I finished a book. I'm actually looking for a French attorney because I need to make sure that that I get a legal review before I publish the book, because it is kind of a tell-all. So
What you telling all in French for? Can you pray tell? You black. What the hell is you telling all in French?
The book is about my cousin who actually became famous in Germany, in France first. It's all in the book. And I'm excited about doing this. Book is called Cost of Freedom. I'm finished. I just need a legal review from a French attorney. I already got a German attorney on board because the story takes place in Chicago, California, France, Germany, and Switzerland. And those are the places that I'm going to be promoting the book when I'm done. So I'm super excited about it. But it's taken me 12 years to finish it.
See, why Black people take so long to finish stuff.
It ain't just us. It takes a long time.
I can't speak for nobody else because I'm not anything but Black. So I'm talking about us.
Well, I was also books don't pay when you writing. So I had to, there's a bunch of other stuff I was juggling. Like I was doing your show and working on some TV stuff. I told a reality series. It's like at the end of the day, like if the book ain't, I had to sit down from 11 at night to 1 in the morning just to get the writing in. Y'all, it's when you're an actor, it's instantaneous. When you're a writer, it's like you got to get it on the page first.
You know what? And I take that back because I remember you would be diligently writing. You was like, I got to go to Germany for like a month. I was like, what?
Yeah. Sometimes I would stay there for 2 or 3 months in order to get it done.
Wow.
I would go to Germany 3 months out of the year. With the microphone, am I okay? I would go to Germany 3 months out the year, and the rest of the year I would come to the States and work my career as a writer here.
Let me ask you something. As a writer, congratulations on finishing the book. Like you've written for so many shows. You wrote for Monique's show when Monique had her, I don't remember the sitcom. The Parkers. You've written for, you've worked with Tyler Perry. You've done extensive writing. Like you are a writer and you're an amazing stand-up comic. I remember watching you, Stacy, back in the early 90s. And we used to play the Birdland West. And I wasn't booked at the Birdland West in Long Beach. I just used to take the bus up there to watch the comics. And you were one of the ones that went up. I will never forget. And I was so scared to say anything to you. But you were on stage talking about how you needed a man. And you was like, at this point, he could be homeless. I could take him and watch him off.
I remember that joke. I'll be like, I get off the side of the road. I see a man. He got a sign that say, "We'll work for food and shelter." And I'm like, "Well, that's the same thing I'm working for. Just get in." I miss stand-up so much, but I can't. I talked about dating everything. I talked about, I remember one joke that William Wilson always, says that it was crazy where about dating. I said, Black women, we have a tendency to, sometimes overlook men, but Black men, they don't have an issue with dating like white women. And so we might need to loosen up a little bit, sisters, because, and if you get upset about it, just go up to that brother and you say, you know what you doing? I'm going to tell Master Johnson on you. And William would just crack up. And he's like, that's the craziest thing. So I miss stand-up so much. But, once I got my first residual check.
You was like, I stand up.
Yeah.
But you were funny. I would watch you. I never came up to you and said anything, but when they said Stacey Mcclain, people was clapping and screaming. You and TK Kirkland and, all these comics at the Birdland West. And I would go, I'm going to get the courage to do that. I think I only did the Birdland one time.
I think Ricky Harris hosted that show.
He may have. He may have hosted. It was
Birdland was nice. It was.
That was an incredible, incredible club. And that's where, then I met you shortly thereafter. And you just have always been so talented. So what I wanted to ask you was, there's a lot of people who go, how can I start? Like, I'm one of them. I have a million ideas in my head, but I'm always scared to write because I always think in my head, I'm not good enough to write. Like, I'm not smart enough. I didn't go to college. So why would anybody want to read anything that I've written? It's always trying to get past that thing. And then the discipline. What would you say?
Well, I just told you it took 12 years to finish this book. So a lot of it is just really sitting down. And when you say that you don't think that the story is good enough in your head, at the end of the day, your story is probably the same of a million or a variation of a million other stories out there. You have to remember that. You just speak as if you're writing. And it really depends on the format. I coach all the time. I'm still coaching
That's right.
young writers. There's this lady in New York that I coach. She has a wonderful story, but I've done maybe 10 or 15 years of coaching people for their solo shows. Ralph Harris still calls me and he keeps saying that he's going to do another show. But I think writing overall, as far as getting started, you just really have to put the pen to paper, and the story will come out of you, because once you start writing, if it's in your head and it's in your heart, it will come out. It's just the discipline it's really about tenacity more than anything. Like, you see me, like I will leave the club. I remember when I first was making a transition, I would be anxious to get home to finish my spec scripts, because I'm like, this comedy thing I would ask to be put up early. This comedy thing is great. But when I tell you, when I got that first residual check, I was like, and I don't have to leave my house and go on the road. And I liked the road, but I loved being at home behind my computer. And I think.
And that was your first sitcom you wrote for? What was that?
The first show I actually wrote for was called All the Way Live with Sinbad. It was my very first show. I had written a play where Marcy Carsey Warner had come out, and Yvette Lee Bowser. That's where I met Ralph Farquhar, who I'm working with now. And Sarah Finney saw the show. Sarah Finney actually read my first spec. That was a Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and it was horrible. But she taught me every dot and every T that I didn't cross. And she later hired me on the show for my first staffing job on the Parkers. And she's such a wonderful talent, and to be, and I think that was after Moesha, the Parkers. And Moesha was actually going at the same time as the Parkers. We were on Sunset Gower, and one show was on one set and another show was on the other set, but we were all at the same studio. And it working for the Parkers, it just was like being at home every day, sitting in the room with your friends, cracking jokes and making stories.
That is so amazing to me. Sitting down and writing a whole sitcom. It just, like, you're so good at what you do.
I think because I love it. I was telling somebody, I do miss holding the mic and going up on stage. James Stevens III asked me to come down he got a club in North Carolina, and I keep saying I'm gonna go down there, but he's like, why don't you come down and open? I'm like, if I got 20 minutes, that's all I got. But I think me starting out from being a stand-up comic really gave me a strong foundation for writing. But I was that girl in the back of the club who would, after you get off stage, I would say, oh, look, if you add this to the joke, it's going to make it pop. Or if you say this one word, it's going to make a difference. So I was writing way before I started writing, because in my head, I'm listening to the material.
That's funny. I read people's writing and I go, oh, it's so eloquent. Like the words that they use to create a whole picture. And I go, I don't have those words. But
Sherri, but you do. You absolutely have those words. And you're a queen of talk. And so I'm like, I don't even know. I watch you on the show and I'm exhausted, but you be getting words in. But, and I've heard you tell stories before. It's just transferring it to the page. It really is just, if you think of it that way, of transferring it to the page. It may seem like it's a lot and you don't need you start out with all the words you need, and then you go in and like, oh, maybe I don't need this. This will make it more clear. But writing is rewriting. That's what a lot of people don't really get. It's like when you first write it, it could be garbage, but you know that there's a story in there, and you got to kind of just hone it until you get it just right. Because by the time, like I've shown you sitcoms and stuff like that I've written, by the time you show it to people, you've gone through 3 or 4 drafts of something before you actually feel comfortable with showing it to somebody. It's like a child. It's like, and when I tell you, this book that I wrote is 295 pages, and I've been through 4 drafts of it, and that's a lot of words.
290, girl, who don't?
200.
That is more than a trip from New York to California.
It's a lot. It's a lot, and I'll be a first-time author, so we'll have written film, television. I actually sold a reality series, and I did a TV movie. So this becoming a first-time author is a big deal for me, because I feel like it's another, I guess, notch in my belt under a writing helm. So
you, I want people to know you coach, so they can get your information. Tell them exactly what type of coaching you do.
Well, I've coached people on books. I've ghostwritten books, but I've coached people on getting their story out. Like what I do is I sit down with you and we talk about what the beginning, middle, and end will look like. What is it, the story that you're trying to sell? What is the theme of it? What do you want people to know? What is it that you're passionate about? And why is this story important to you to get out into the world? So I sit down and we go through the motions, and we talk about everything that will, to me, make a successful product. And so I do like an hour session, Zoom. Sometimes I do phone, but more recently I've been doing Zoom. And then by the time I'm done, and you get all the credit, you actually write what you write, you give it to me, I go over it and say, hey, listen, this is great, take this out, add this, make sure this is better. And then we go to the next chapter. So I've coached people with books, solo shows. I don't do movies because they're a little more detailed oriented, and it takes a lot longer to me. And like with character arcs and stuff like that, it's a lot. So I usually only do solo show, which is one-man shows, male or female, or what you eat? Oh, good.
What don't she eat?
Sorry.
The people in the UK like me eating chicken, so I brought a little spaghetti over.
And she got it too.
I should have never told her.
Solo shows and mostly solo shows and books. Sometimes I've done a couple people with their books, but mostly one-man shows, because it's such a great format to me and it's so personal. I've been doing that for like almost 10 years now, coaching people on solo shows. Oh, yeah. I did Kim Cole's solo show. I don't know if you saw Kim Cole's solo show.
Yes, I did. And Kym Cole's from Living Single. It was awesome.
Yeah. So I coached her. Ralph Harris was my first client. I did Kathy Westfield. I do a lot of comics, but I've done people who are not comics as well.
Well, how do people get in touch with you?
They can contact me.
What's your email?
Yeah, well, go to StaceyMcClain.com, and there's a link on my website that asks, what are you looking for? What are you seeking? I also direct and produce. I shoot scissor reels. I have a small production company called Sister Girlfriend Productions.
Is there a prostitution link on that?
There is a prostitution link, and I keep it reasonable. So
keep it reasonable.
No, I'm dating. I am dating. So
spell your website name.
Stacy, Stacey McClain, MCCLAIN.com. From Chi-Town. Woohoo!
Woo-hoo! Chicago. Did you give Jeffrey his life back?
Did I what?
No, I said, Jeffrey.
Right, Joshua.
Joshua.
No, he done took the food upstairs, so
Did you tell him he couldn't take it upstairs?
I didn't.
When this boy turns 18, 19, this house is going to be a terror.
You got to nip it in the bud, because when they turn 18,
be nipping it.
they turn 17, you can't be popping him in the head. He going to be taller than you. His voice going to be deep. I will tell you a story. I remember this about Cameron Torrey, who was Joe Torrey's son. Y'all know Cameron.
Yeah.
You know, his best friends with his mom, Kym. And I tell you, at 17, it was 16, he wouldn't do something she told him to do. He wouldn't move. And she was like, you better get your butt downstairs so you can go to school. And he just looked at her and leaned against the wall. And she was like, Cameron, I forget his middle name, Cameron something Torrey, I'm not playing with you. Get your butt and get down. And Cameron looked at her like, what? And that was that moment. You know that moment you have with your parent, that test where you like, you are a teenager and you looking at your parent like, I'm scared to death, but I'm not going to do what you just told me to do. So you, and then as a parent, you looking at your child like, I literally got to kill you. Like, it's come to this.
I used to tell Kym that
I'll change the locks on the door.
I used to tell her, I'm like, that boy is gonna have a serial number. He gonna be inmate number 42798. But he came out okay. I'm so happy for her because he's so successful. I know he was selling cars or something. I don't know what he's doing, and he was doing stand up. Yeah, just like Joe. So I'm like, I was so wrong. Yeah, Cameron. Yeah,
Cameron is he does our website. Cameron is the one who put together. If you guys go to Two Funny Mamas, if you go to sherrishepherd.com, it says right on the thing, give us your information so we can let you know what city we're in. Literally, Cameron can put together a website in an hour. He's so good. He's so smart. When I tell you that boy was bad. Everybody wanted to talk to him. Everybody. There was not one person. You wanted to do Cameron, didn't you, Kym? Like, and he's so great now. And he's so funny. Because he talks about it. Listen to what Cameron talks about on stage. His daddy being mean as hell and his mama being drunk. Like,
is that what he talks about?
He will get on stage and make having a drunk mama the funniest thing you ever heard. And having a father who was mean as hell, the funniest thing you ever heard. And if y'all want to know who Joe Torrey is, watch what's the movie he was in with Janet Jackson and Tupac? Poetic Justice. Yeah, he was the one that was combing his hair all the time. And if you also want to know who Joe Torrey is, watch what is Guy Torrey's documentary? Fat Tuesday.
The one
watch that.
Fat Tuesday.
Is Cameron on there too?
No, not Cameron. But if you want to know who his dad is, Joe Torrey. If you watch the documentary,
and his uncle Guy Torrey,
you will see Cameron's uncle Guy Torrey and his father Joe Torrey, and you kind of see what Joe's personality is. Because Cameron talks about how his father was mean and arrogant. And you'll see that if you watch Fat Tuesday, the documentary. But Joe is funny.
I talked to Kym recently. She's no longer drunk. She is, I don't know how many years sober, but she's fine. I talk to her every once in a while. She's in a good place.
I'm drinking dandelion tea root that Rocky just brought me. Because I'm supposed to be drinking pine needle tea. It's a lot going on. What they said.
Did you take an aspirin?
I did take aspirin and it did stop. It's interesting. And I just took my blood pressure, which was fine.
I still just want you to call your doctor, Kym.
I was thinking of going to get an EKG in the morning.
I want you to call your doctor just because we're not 25 anymore.
But what I call them and say, hey, I know you.
You're having shooting pains, and
bitch, if you don't call your daggone doctor and tell him you're having shooting pains above your heart, because Kym, you've been under a lot of.
Well, whether they stop it or not, you still should go get it.
It doesn't matter, Kym. I swear, I wish I could put my hand through the doggone camera and snatch you bald.
I don't like
what this tastes like? Tastes like a leather boot.
Good.
Why are you drinking that?
Because it's supposed to be good for you, I guess.
Because leather boots are good for you.
It's a dandelion.
Kym Whitley, you have to call a doctor because you've been under a lot of stress. Let me tell you something. You've lost a lot of people in your life in a short span of time. You've been given to everybody, and you're not filling up your cup. You've been doing everything. You've been being everything for everybody, doing everything for everybody, and you're working a job, which is very high stress.
Very stressful.
It's a stressful job. This is a sitcom. It's going to be fun for everybody. But the behind the scenes, you're working nonstop. You're doing charity events. You just got the mayor elected. You got a new mayor, and you were out fundraising and stumping for this woman darn near every night. You are under a lot of stress. And Chris makes you do this podcast. So
she needs two things: self-care and a man.
Okay, well, I wasn't gonna go there with the man. That's probably why she got the stabbing pains in her heart.
Can I ask you something? What's the man gonna do?
Oh, he's gonna be your.
He'll be stabbing somebody. It ain't gonna be your heart.
And all that yelling you doing at Joshua, he gonna handle that.
Yeah, Kym, a lot of that yelling you do is a pent up frustration. And I'm gonna tell you this. Sometimes you need a man to relieve. Stacy will tell you, look how she glowing.
Kym,
Look at the way Stacy glow.
don't you remember how much you smiled and laughed in June for about 4 days?
I did.
When you were with Chris. I remember. I remember when you were in town.
Together. Yeah, me and Chris had fun.
She told me about when you came to town, Chris. I still don't know what you look like.
It sounds so illicit.
Oh, girl.
I only know his
Chris
voice.
looked like Jason Momoa.
Oh,
Mimosa. Mimosa.
Jason Mimosa.
Mimosa. I have never seen.
Did you say Jason Momoa? Chris is very nice looking.
No, okay, wait. Let me say why I said that. I got Chris growing his hair long.
Oh, that's
he
sexy.
He used to wear like short, little regular white boy.
Yeah.
Now,
Regular white boy.
Yeah.
You're horrible. All right, back to
long hair on some white boys.
back to your health.
It depends on, but long hair on some white boys are cute. Get that long. That's on my purse, honey. Long hair on not all white boys look good with long hair, but most of them look good with white hair.
You know what I'm not liking is everybody, Chris.
Okay.
A lot of white men are wearing like these big, huge lumberjack beards.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Not into
Like
it.
and sometimes like those big lumberjack beards, it don't look good on everybody. It's like black men with bald heads. Like everybody is supposed to have a bald head. They got hot dogs in the back of their neck.
Okay, used to have to earn that beard, maybe work a blue collar job or be out in the woods, and now you've got copywriters growing beards to their chin.
Growing beards and the mustaches, them thick porno mustaches.
It ain't sexy on everybody.
It ain't sexy on everybody, especially the porno mustaches. They real thick. Some people twirl them. I don't know why that. What is that?
What part of New York are you walking through, Sherri? Did you move to Williamsburg? Is that?
That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
Oh my gosh.
Just where does it hurt?
Okay, y'all not gonna do this to me. It's 10:10 and I gotta be up at 5 in the morning. I got 2 shows tomorrow.
This really was something.
Can you tell us who's on tomorrow? My mom still loves watching you, by the way. She absolutely loves it.
I'm wrapping Joshua's ankle because he done twisted it.
She's over here doing the mommy thing.
When did
So
Joshua
I don't know how y'all get through a show. Like, I
Put
don't
this
know.
ice band, what's called ace bandage on his.
This is not the show we're gonna submit for the NAACP Image Award.
No,
That's
this
what
is
Clearly.
the show.
Clearly.
yeah, let me say this. We might submit your snippet, Stacy. Yes,
What
I
you
have
got?
to.
Okay.
I
You
have
got to
to
get
be
up early.
Like I have to be up at 4:45 in the morning.
Does the car come get you?
You
Car
gonna throw
comes
that
and gets
in
me
the
at 6:30.
Oh, it does?
Yeah.
Oh, I ain't got no car service. How come get me?
Are you comparing? Are you seriously?
You think we started off together? Why can't I compare?
You might need a car service.
She got a show.
Well, you might need a car service.
See, that's why my blood
I told you that to get the car service in your contract.
I didn't get it.
Well, you do have only 2 more shows, so maybe it is.
She's got Andre. She's got Andre.
Right.
Yeah, Andre.
He's a good friend.
But Andre, you be fussing at Andre so much. It's a wonder why he don't drive off the road. You fussed at Andre before he even turned on the car. I ain't never seen nothing like it.
Andre did drive off the road one day, remember?
Really?
Okay.
What?
So, you want to get some more?
I've driven Kym before. She'd be like, "What are you doing?" I'm like,
Kym drives like an old lady. She's an old lady passenger. You would go to switch a lane. She was like, "What are you doing? Why are you switching the lane? Why don't you just stay in one lane?" Because I got to get off the freeway, Kym.
She makes you all nervous.
We got the radio on.
Do you see that car over there? I'm like,
Kym has an imaginary brake on her side of the car. She be moving forward. She scare you so, like by the time you get to where you're going, your nerves so bad. We went somewhere, Andre, me and Kym, I think we went to Erlene's because it was Erlene's birthday. And Kym had me so nervous. I said, Andre, I can't drive back. You got to drive my Audi because I can't drive with her in the car because we're going to crash into something. And when I tell you, Andre didn't even put the seat back. And she was like, what are you doing? What are you doing? I recorded them. No, I recorded Kym because Andre was like, Kym, let me drive the car. He was pulling into the gas station. She was like, you going too fast. You going too fast. He pulling in the gas station.
Look at you. Because Andre can't drive. He's gotten better because he was driving Lyft or Uber. So he practiced his driving skills. But before he was not a good driver. You know, he slipped off the road and he almost went over the cliff, but the bush saved him, first of all.
What?
Yes, up there. Yes. You don't know that story? You don't know that story?
I'm going to mute you guys.
He went off the road on Laurel Canyon?
That's crazy.
Yes, and he said he got out the car. He's hit some water, got slick. It was spinning out. And he said he went, you know how it goes over to the side? He got out the car. He looked, the only thing that was holding him was a branch.
Oh my God.
From going over. He got out that car. Honey, I said, that wasn't nothing but the Lord and a praying mama. So the wow. Make sure he tells you that story. Hey, Chris, are you going to show Stacy your hair before you get up off here and let us see you?
You know, I thought it'd be a good night to just showcase the ladies. I don't have the camera set up.
That's a polite no.
Of all the times, nobody ever asked to see me.
I'm going to have to Google you, Chris.
Oh,
I'll just Google.
Look at a man in the tight mustard pants.
Yeah, that's a good picture.
That's a good picture.
I'll tell Kym to show me.
Easy, Kym.
I only know you.
He said easy.
I only know the voice. To me, you're like Charlie.
I know.
From Charlie.
Oh, you didn't come to the Laugh Factory when we was there.
Right, when we did the live podcast.
No, because I was working. I was right. I'm just saying. I remember I was going to come, but I couldn't. I had a deadline.
Now I have a slight headache.
Well, you can come to St. Louis with us because we doing a show in St. Louis. When we doing a show, Chris?
It's March 10th, and we're all going to be in our best shape. We're going to be beautiful. It's going to be a great show.
That's right. Jill Scott's going on tour. I wanted to put up her dates. But I also got a show New Year's Eve in Bowie, Maryland.
Nice. Oh, maybe I'll come to that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I was.
You got a show New Year's Eve?
What's happening?
Yeah, that you wouldn't do with me. Remember? Are you kidding me?
Oh, they wasn't paying no. It wouldn't go back.
Sherri bought her coin.
Okay, but Sherri didn't used to. Now she got a show. She can
well, you know what? It's a nice little notch.
Let me tell you something. If you want me to come out of town,
because it's dangerous on New Year's Eve.
Yeah, I don't go out on New Year's Eve.
Old lady.
You remember Tiffany Younger? You remember Stacy, Tiffany Younger? Comic. Yes. Remember Awena Shorte?
Yeah.
She was married to Dino Shorte, the comic. It was Hope Flood, Edwina, Tiffany Younger. There was a couple other comics, and we had gigs on New Year's Eve. I saw 3 accidents, car accidents that night. Scared me so bad. I don't go out on New Year's Eve. I watch Dick Clark. Wait, he's
Smart.
yeah. I watch Dick Clark. I don't. So if I'm gonna go out,
is he dead? Ryan Seacrest doesn't know. You saw her catch herself.
oh, you know what? Because he had a stroke.
Yeah.
So Ryan Seacrest takes his place. But I, unless you pay me a grip, I do not leave my house. And getting on a plane in the sky. So Kym is going to Boise, Idaho.
Just a heads up. Dick Clark died
Kym, you ain't letting nothing go by.
Oh, Dick Clark died?
in 2012.
Oh, what?
Oh my goodness.
Ridiculous. It's so ridiculous.
Oh, I didn't know he passed away.
Image Award, because this is ridiculous.
This is not the episode that we're going to submit, because we sound dumb.
No, it's not.
Oh,
you have
shoot.
a new bra?
What about Casey Kasem?
Oh, you didn't say Casey Kasem. You didn't say Casey Kasem. Go ahead, Chris. What did Casey Kasem leave us?
What type? Pull your thing back so I can see if you got blonde roots.
Something's not right. Look at you.
He died. Mr. Kasem left us in 2014.
24.
Oh,
Do you know that
Casey
Casey Kasem, they kept him on ice, like, wasn't it like 3 years? And they were in court, the family and the wife.
What?
Really? Sort of like they did James Brown. They had James Brown, I think, in the backyard.
Shut up.
Okay.
No, he wasn't. For a long time, they didn't bury him. I don't know why.
Do you ever talk to some people and you go, they don't handle death well?
Yeah.
We gonna bury him.
But is that a new bra?
It is really pushing her up. No, I think it's a shirt.
No, they don't normally look long. They look round.
No. You know what? It's not the bra. It's my shirt from H&M.
This one right here, Jesus.
I went to
H&M.
H&M.
Shopped at H&M and she's so excited.
Now she loves it.
I shop at Rainbow, so I understand.
Oh, I stopped shopping at Rainbow because everything I bought smelled like gasoline. So I said, I'd scare me.
Yeah,
oh, okay.
It's very scary.
Oh, what's that mean? Like it was, well, no.
It's
not
probably
mine.
cancerous, whatever it is.
Why would you
Whatever. It all smelled like gas. It was bad. This H&M,
everything.
because it's tight. It's like, it's tight. And it like, I love this little tie.
Because it's for a 12-year-old. Look at this. That's why. She like these little kid shirts.
I like that color. It's a nice pink.
It's a nice pink.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's gonna look like after I wash it one time, but I love that H&M boy.
Oh no.
She's
After
so
you wash
excited.
it, it's
she
over.
Said she found her a pink puff jacket that she would have paid $400 for. She said she bought it for $12.
I'm taking that expensive one back to Neiman Marcus.
I heard that.
They don't know the jacket.
Yes.
Fuchsia, cute.
How did you miss H&M? It's in every mall.
When I tell you, let me show you this what I got Jeffrey, because I walked in H&M. I just don't know.
Wow.
He went to the Alvin Ailey Dance Company to see the Alvin Ailey dancers. And he goes, Mom. And I said, you need to go. He said, do they do hip hop dance? And I was like, yeah, sort of. Just go.
Oh my goodness. She just wanted to get him out the house.
But when I tell you, where's that picture? I got this outfit from H&M.
Oh, that's nice.
Look at
him, fly.
That's fly.
It's fly.
H&M got some fly stuff.
They do.
You'd have gone somewhere else and paid $500 for that.
I just was going to get him something nice. We was going to go to Bloomingdale's. And, somebody said to me, no, go to H&M. And I was like, H&M? And they said, no, take him to H&M. And I got this nice plaid overcoat, a brown turtleneck with some striped brown and beige pants. And they look so good on him. It's cute.
H&M.
I went to H&M. It was like Disneyland.
Wow.
Yes, people, you don't know.
They have some real gems there. Yeah.
They do. Girl, they had everything. Sequins and tube tops and
Girl, that's how I
everything.
feel the first time I went into Old Navy. They had all kind of stuff. I was so excited.
I don't do Old Navy. Can I say I went into Old Navy and I bought a pair of jeans? The seam was all crooked on my booty. You know how the seam's supposed to go up in your booty crack?
You just
all
got a
crooked.
bad pair.
Yeah, and the leg was shorter. I didn't.
You'll be going to
I
the
got some
wrong one.
pajamas. They didn't fit right. Bought a sundress. I was like, yeah, this ain't.
Yeah, I wear my little sundresses. They be from Old Navy. Old Navy, rainbow, and then you mix it with the rich stuff, and people be like, you so fly. Where you get your stuff? Oh,
I bought a denim jacket because remember Yvette Nicole Brown was going through this period where she wore denim jackets with these like flowing skirts.
Oh yeah, she did go through that period.
Yeah, and I liked that look, so I did go to Old Navy. I got a bunch of denim jackets, and to wear with the skirts. It was cute, but I think that's the only thing I've gotten from. But that H&M one, that's the store, huh?
Did denim jackets go out of style?
No, I don't think so.
I wonder.
You know who makes really good clothes?
Who?
A Good American. That's Khloe Kardashian's.
Oh, really? I never heard
But
of
it's
it.
it's a Black British woman that brought the company to Khloe Kardashian. So it's a Black woman. She's a consultant on Skims, Kim Kardashian's thing, and she brought that company safely to Kris Jenner. This woman, her name is Emma, and she's a Black woman from Britain. And really like an entrepreneur.
They will.
They smart.
They smart.
She's this is bad, but Good American has really good clothes.
Oh, I know what I want
Do they
to
have
say.
standalone stores, or they like in
No.
like Macy's or
Online.
whatever?
You gotta go online. Yeah, you gotta go online. But that's it, you know.
I can't wait till I get like y'all actually shop at stores. I'm still shopping at the Goodwill. Oh, Miss Chris.
Look at Chris. See how long his hair is?
Yeah.
Chris cute, ain't he?
He is cute. Oh, he's handsome. Nice. Oh, I like
look
the
how long
long
his-
hair
you
too.
like the
Long
long
hair
hair.
look good on you, Chris.
You see?
Okay.
I'll take it.
That's nice. That's really nice.
Thank you, Joshua. Are you giving
I'm
that to
glad
me?
you got to see Chris because he didn't show himself on the camera. And you know she showed a
You're
really
busy,
great
so
view.
big. You got a birthday coming. What are
right?
you going to do for your birthday?
They're not all good.
This is the most distracted podcast today.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Sherri, what time you got to get up? So then you have a car pick you up and drop you off?
Yeah, the car picks me up because they don't want me taking the train.
You shouldn't. I
They don't
love
want
that
me-
little area
You
though.
ready? Gotta get
Chelsea
ready
is
for
so
bed.
cute. That little area. We were in the flower
Hey, it's
district.
Chelsea. And they don't want me driving a car because they don't want people seeing my license plate because they say people might follow me
Yeah,
home.
they can look you
I
up.
said, no, that's only Kym. She live in LA, so we ain't got to worry about that.
You know what? I gotta call up. There's some name dropping right now.
When you gonna be on the show? Have you been on the show?
On Sherri Show?
Yeah.
No, they blocked me. I'm gonna get on there. I'm gonna get on there.
We just gonna
soon.
roll up.
Oh, Sherri,
Just gonna
they
pull up.
blocked me. You know, I called the producers like, you've been doing the talk. We can't let you on this show. And you've been talking about Sherri behind her back. You know, a lot of petty stuff. But I'm going to get on the Sherri Show soon.
It's your goal.
I am going to get on there.
Your goal is to get on. Your goal is to get on her show. Her goal is to get on the magazine cover.
Look, my goals are not that big. I just wanna get on her show.
Kym makes no sense. That's why I don't say no, because she don't be making no sense when she be talking. Are you going to announce this before we go?
Who passed away?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I was very sad. Maybe that's what gave me stress. Oh, we went out of focus again?
Yeah, you want me to touch it?
Chris don't want you.
No.
Chris, you want us to touch it?
Oh, geez.
That sounds nasty.
Oh,
Well,
you made it work.
I mean,
I don't even know how we're going to make the
This is-
segue and the transition.
you can't.
Because oh, shit. Now it's up at the ceiling.
Oh, it's better. Hold
Pull it
on.
down. Oh, shit. I cut my foot. Oh, damn.
It's a
Oh,
lot going on over here. I don't
Maybe
know.
we should just direct people to the website, the
Okay,
link.
listen.
Oh, there you go.
So, which link?
maybe
Because I don't know how we segue into what we need to segue
Let's
into.
just say
I
the
think-
reason I was having chest palpitations and being embarrassed. A very good friend of mine died this week, and there's another friend's husband died this week, and I'm still mourning David Arnold, and it's just been a lot.
You need to
Yeah, I need to just, in this show, shooting 2 episodes a week. I think tonight, I need to just read my lines. Don't put no pressure of trying to learn them. I need to woosah. But Kirstie Alley, as you know by now, passed away, which total shock. She just talked to me. And another friend of ours, Melanie Griffin, just texted me and was reminding me of the fun that we used to have together. So I did get very emotional earlier. And I think I'm just like overwhelmed. I'm like,
That's a
and I
lot.
feel like I'm next or something.
But don't say that
I
you're
don't
not
wanna say that,
next.
but I feel like the Grim Reaper is just running around snatching everybody.
We're at that age.
But is it that age? I just got to get my paperwork.
That's why
in
I
order
say
for
to you, Kym, you have to, at this age, say no to some things.
Yeah.
You can't do the same things that you did.
No, you're right.
years
You're right. I need
It's like we can't eat the same. Like the way we used to eat in our 20s, we don't need to eat the same way because we don't need all of the calories. There's some things you can't do for people. They got to do it themselves. They can't depend on you for certain things because you've got to free up space. You're raising a young king and he needs everything that you got.
He does.
And so you have to recharge.
Yeah.
And so it has been stressful for you. Work, single mom, friends. You've been there for Julie, David's wife. You've been there for your other friend who passed, her.
Yeah.
So in those other areas, when you have to give, like in those areas, you don't have a choice, you have to give. Then some stuff has got to be a no. Because you gotta try to maintain some kind of balance. So that you can have a little, so that when these moments come where you got to give, you got to call Melanie Griffin. Is it Griffin or Griffin? I'm sorry.
Melanie Griffin.
You got to call Melanie Griffin right now. You got to give of yourself. Because
I'm hoping she gives it to me. It makes me laugh.
I hope so too. You need to Kirstie Alley was like a comedic actress. She was one of my inspirations because I used to watch her on Cheers. I've watched her in all of her movies. I went through her. Remember when she married Parker Stevenson and she adopted her 2 kids? I don't remember True and I don't remember her other son's name, but I remember I was so excited. She was with one of the Hardy Boys, and I remember Kirstie Alley when she gained weight, when she lost weight. She was always so gorgeously beautiful. And she had an amazing sense of humor.
So funny.
So I don't know, she passed away from, I think they said cancer. We don't know the details. Yeah. But when I think of Kirstie Alley, it makes me sad. But if I have more smiles, then I have sadness. She had grandchildren. She raised her children. Her father was 99 years old. Like, there was a full life in Kirstie. I believe she was 71. And the joy that Kirstie Alley has brought me, when I did Dancing with the Stars, the first person I called was Kirstie to find out how was it doing Dance with the Stars. And Kirstie Alley got me through Dancing with the Stars. I would text her and say, Kirstie, I'm about to have a nervous breakdown with Val Schmerkowski. And she would walk me through it. And she texted me a few days ago because she watched the show. And so I smile at the life that Kirstie lived.
She was a wonderful talent.
Yeah.
Man.
So funny.
Hilarious.
She was so funny. That was a comedic actress. She was so quirky. Remember she had a reality show after,
she did after all that.
And it was like she was bigger. It was just about her crazy life. And I was just like, to be a part of your weird brain, Kirstie. She was eclectic, eccentric, weird. You were supposed to do, y'all were talking about a pilot, a sitcom together. You heard Melanie, you talk.
No, that was it. It was opportunity with me, her, and Melanie Griffin to do a funny sitcom together. And we were putting together during the pandemic. And so we got to talk every week. And then we were on a thread together. And we all like, after this pandemic, we're going to get together. And Kirsty lived, like I said, somewhere else. And, it's just
sad.
Really, it's just, she's gone. She's out of pain. The best lesson in this is really just to live your life and enjoy and love your friends, and any things you need to mend, go ahead and mend them. If it's worth mending.
I don't mean all that.
I said if it look at Eveline. I said if it was worth mending.
Oh, okay.
That's what I said. I'm not talking about.
Oh yeah, get some backstory.
I hate when people start getting all philosophical when somebody, tell your loved ones you love them. Well, what do they do different?
But you said it best, Sherri. Some things you have to say no to spend time with family and cherish those moments that you're never going to get back.
Right.
So you should
spend more time with my son tonight. But the biggest thing this has really taught me, this is weird. I got to get rid of all this junk in my house.
It's a lot of junk.
Okay, it's not really junk.
It does. It does make you say, why do I need all of this stuff in my house?
Why do I need all this?
Jeffrey, come here.
None of it.
Yeah, because when you gone, they're going to throw it all out anyway.
They're going to throw it away anyway.
Well, I'm going to come get some stuff. But...
Yeah, come get some stuff.
Some stuff.
Watch this.
Like I like this desk.
Jeffrey, come here. I just want to tell you I love you.
Oh, look at Jeffrey. Jeffrey's like, come on, Mom.
Hi, Jeffrey.
Hey, Jeffrey.
Oh, is this live?
Yeah. No.
Oh, all right.
It's not live.
Listen.
Hi, Jeffrey.
Hi, Jeffrey. God, he's so
handsome.
Oh, look at him. Oh,
that's
my
Miss
goodness.
Stacy. That's Miss Kym. Yeah, but it's
me.
Miss Kym and Stacy. I just want to tell you I love her.
All right.
Okay.
I'm still moving to LA, so
I love you,
man.
Love you, Jeffrey.
New York, Jeffrey. You just got to New York.
Is it cold in there? What's up with the jacket?
He's
moving back to LA, he says. And this is what I tell him. Come here. For 4 years, he's manifested New York.
No, he's the reason you're in New York now. All Jeffrey talked about was New York. Are you kidding me?
Maybe you just need to visit and then go back.
He didn't want me in his manifestation.
Oh, okay. That's a whole different.
That's
I'm
fair.
gonna stay out of that one. I'm gonna stay out of that.
That's funny, Jeffrey.
For some reason, he thought he was gonna float on a magic carpet.
No, I
He said I wanted New York, not New You.
Oh, I gotta paint him a dress.
There it is.
pain.
I'd move back to LA with that too.
Jeffrey just walks out.
Yeah, he's like, I'm over this, Mom.
He's so over it. But I wanted to say it. So I said, I tell my loved ones I love them.
Funny how big Jeffrey is.
He
was
is.
like itty big. He was like this big. He was
Mhm.
I know he was a pound 10 ounces when he was born. 4 pounds.
Wow.
He was
Look at the
4
miracle
pounds.
God.
Now I got this deep voice. And you know,
Right.
he's
Time
taller
just
than
flies.
Mom. They shaved off his beard and his sideburns. He's got beard and
He
sideburns.
had a beard? How old is
Somebody
Jeffrey?
shaved him?
Little mustache, beard.
Wow.
They took it off. Now it looks like a boy again. But yes, I told my loved ones I love them, Kym. But you still need to get laid. But
What?
You
think
work
it'll
it
make
out.
a difference?
He's not even 18 yet.
No, I said Kym, not him.
I was like, what are you doing?
No,
Because
Come on me.
Oh, okay. You do need
I'm talking about Kym.
Yeah, get the cobwebs out.
The what?
The cobwebs out.
Of what?
Here's the thing: if you gotta ask Chris, you just don't.
Let's see how descriptive you are. Come on.
No,
that's hilarious.
Here's the thing, Kym. It's like when you go to one of those old houses and there's a gate that hasn't been open in 20 years and it's rusty and crickety, Then you open the gate and it fall off. Yeah, and it falls and it like cracks. And it needs oil. It needs oil to work. And otherwise, like,
she doesn't have any time though. I told her that I was gonna set up a fake profile and put her picture on it and just screen people and send them to the house. Or not to the house.
Somebody did that for me with Bumble. I went on a bunch of Bumble dates because my girlfriend did that for me.
See?
She would call people. She would call people that she thought were my type. That's how I met the doctor, Kym, who talks to me all the time. He gives me all kinds of advice, real estate advice. Because I told you he made some money. He invested in Google or Apple, one or two. He's the one. He got that big old place in Malibu, and but she'd find these guys who were good looking. She would send him a message, and she'd say, "Hi. My friend is an entertainer, so she's very private, but you seem like a guy that she would like. I would love to introduce you to." Now, they always thought they were being catfish, and she would say, no, she's the person, you want to meet her. And so they would go, okay, and she'd ask them, what do you do? Do you have kids? Da-da-da. And then she would bring them to me, and I go, yeah, they look pretty good. And she would give me the phone number, and I would call, and I'd say, hi, my girlfriend, Sally, said that you seem like a person that I would love to talk to, and you would love to talk to me. And we would talk. Only one person, when he found out who I was, he thought he was being catfish. But I talked to several men who went out on dates.
So she didn't tell them who you were? Or did she tell them? No, she didn't.
I had to tell them. They only knew that I was an entertainer. I was a celebrity. That's what she told them. Okay. And that I needed, that I wanted privacy.
I like that because then she vets them.
Right. And I'm good at it.
And I had good ones. I went out with some, remember, because we went to Atlanta. I went out on 2 dates the time we was in Atlanta.
I'm going to do all that work and Kym going like, I ain't got no time. I got to go to the set. What are you talking about? You sent me, I don't have no time tomorrow. I know.
No.
And now you're going to make me look bad. So.
You'd get a couple of guys and then you'd come back to the house and they'd be pushing a broom.
Well, she can't invite him to the house, but this is the way you get Kym out. You go, Kym, I'm having a charity event, or Kym, I'm having a dinner party at my house. Kym will be there. Kym will be there. You can't tell her you setting her up. You got to tell her you having a function, and Kym will be there.
I'm not going to any more functions. I've canceled them all.
You have.
I'll tell her you need her in her play. Independent film.
Feel like you had to.
Yeah.
Marla Gibbs yesterday because I feel like I have to. My friend Jackie, her husband, I feel it's over.
You say that about everybody, though.
That she said about everybody. Tell her you got a play you need her to be in, and only 3 people gonna be in it, but you need her as a friend and a favor. Kym will be in that daggone play. Just had a man sitting there.
But she's gonna ask how many lines. If it's more than 5 lines, she ain't gonna do it.
No,
and tell her it's only a couple lines.
Season.
I got a lot of lines.
That's good. I think we needed that.
So we need to get you off the phone, and I need to get to bed because I told you I need to be in bed at 10 o'clock. I ain't took this wig off. I haven't took my makeup off. And I was supposed to get in the tub full of magnesium. I don't need to look like this going to bed. And I was supposed to be in the tub full of magnesium. It's 10:39. We 39 minutes over. I got to be up at 4:45.
Thank you for having me.
Of course.
I just want to say thank you for having me. You look fabulous. I know you're tired, but you look great. And you don't have to drive, so that's good. You can just roll out of bed and get dressed and roll out. You don't have to worry about starting the car and fighting the phone.
In New York, you don't have cars. I rent cars. We keep getting tickets.
I see you talk about that. The parking signs.
We got 7 tickets in like a week, and so. But I take the train. We do Uber, or But for the job, I have a driver that takes me to work. Now we get back. We take an Uber back home. Because the driver told me I ain't never ready. He's tired of just sitting there waiting for me. And he said it nice for 5 hours. Because I like to stay and do work. So he was like, I can't pick you up. So I'll take an Uber. Or I'll take the train.
Great show, ladies. If you check out Sherri's TV show, it's 5 days a week. SherriShowTV.com, at 2 Funny Mamas on Instagram. And what was your Instagram, Stacy? Or your website?
My Instagram is Stacey L Mcclain, STACEYLMCCLAIN. I'm also on Facebook, and my website, StaceyMcClain.com.
And also everybody, thank you. Oh, I'm sorry, Stacy. What'd you say?
No, it's okay.
Thank you, everybody, for going to SherriShepherd.com. Is that my website name?
SherriShowTV.com. Follow Sherri on Instagram.
What is my website name? Damn it. Look on the phone, Stacy, and look up Sherri
I'm
Shepherd.
looking it up now. It's SherriShowTV.com.
No, that's for the show. My personal.
SherriShepherd.com.
Okay, so what I was going to say was thank you for going to SherriShepherd.com. We got a site that's Two Funny Mamas. That's the off site of that. But go to SherriShepherd.com and enter your information so that we have you in our database. Oh, Kym, we got to do a message. We got to do an audio message before we get off the phone with Chris. Real quick. Because when people sign up, you will get a telephone call with an automated message from Kym and I. So leave your information so that whatever city we go to, we can let you know that we're going to be there. Because sometimes y'all don't, be on social media and you may not watch the promo that we do. So this way you'll get an automated phone call and an email from us letting you know where we're going to be. So thank you. So just go to SherriShepherd.com. It's right there where you can sign up and let us know. So before we go, we got to make this automated. I'm so glad I remembered.
All right, we'll do that. We'll say bye to the Two Funny Mamas fans. Thanks, everybody.
Bye, and thank you, everybody.
Bye. Thanks,
everybody.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Two funny mamas. Two funny mamas. Two funny mamas.